straight story kind of game. It's basically sort of like I said, an action meets a fighting kind of game. It's fighting in the sense that the move sets that you have are very complicated. You have lots of like combos, several different weapons that you learn. The defensive mechanics are really important with like iframes and shit. Now on top of that, you have some RPG elements like potions, and then you have like magic potions. Later you get sort of magic spells. Whoa. But yeah, you can only carry 10 little potions and I believe 5 big potions. So I just found a small potion on the way up here. It has a really lucky find. Alright, so that little yellow thing that came out of the torch, that functions as both the game's money system and sort of like a point system for fighting. So I was able to draw the yellow thing into me. So watch, I'm going to draw it in. Boom. And that charges up a special technique. Look, they charge in. Boom. Special technique. And when you use a yellow thing to do a special technique like that, you cause the thing that you kill with that technique to drop an even bigger yellow thing. So again, look, I used 2 little yellow things and I killed those guys with it, and 2 like sort of medium-sized yellow things came out of them.
Oh yeah.
And like I said, that's actually the game's money system. So, long story short, that's how you do your money management early on. And really throughout the game, if you need money, you want to use those combos to kill enemies because you'll get more points. So now I'm just doing some story mode sort of quests. This Talisman of Rebirth is a sort of one opportunity only item that brings you back from the dead if you were to ever to die from non-drowning or pit circumstances. And then alas, I'm turning in this key and using words like alas, because that's what happens when my subconscious goes on autopilot for narrating a run that I have not prepared for. After basically not going to sleep. I'm having the time of my life. I love how all these ninjas are trying to hit me and they just, they don't...
They can't touch the back flip. The front flip.
So this game's got sort of a mixture of forced encounters and a lot of skippable encounters. Here's an example of a forced encounter. You can see the kill counts on that little UI thing. So there's going to be 6 of these guys. That's how you know when I'm done.
Now, I remember when I played this game, there was some special weapon you could buy. It was like a paddle or something, but you had to like
a
up
what?
Points to buy. It was like a wooden paddle.
Oh yeah, the unlabored flawlessness it was called. Or the wooden sword, yeah, it becomes the unlabored flawless. Anyway, hold on, this is the first boss. Here's a technique to him. You roll away from him, which causes him to do a specific set of moves towards you. You want him to roll at you. And then if you get a hit confirmed, you can do that. But without a hit confirmed, it's kind of risky. No hit confirmed there.
Oh, can it go?
I fucked up the timing. I'm a little nervous because, okay, yeah. I probably should have used a potion there, but feeling brave. Yeah, it's level 1. Oh, yeah. If you're watching Final Fantasy X, that guy Seymour, he kind of strikes me as the character that I just beat. He like sort of starts out as a mentor, but he's kind of evil, actually. Whoa, what am I doing? Yeah, level 2. So yeah, starting now, a lot of the encounters are skippable. So I actually should already have most of the money that I need for a while. But yeah, like you were asking, it's a good time to bring up that this game's RPG element includes the ability to get other weapons. And many of the weapons, almost all of them, can be upgraded by purchasing like blacksmithing, essentially. And you can buy potions at the same shop. But
Yeah,
of course we want to minimize that.
Yeah, of course, because you're doing a run, you want to farm.
So,
I remember when I played this game, I farmed for the paddle, and it was good. I don't know if it's like the best weapon or whatever, but
yeah, the wooden paddle, when you upgrade it, like it sucks until it gets its max upgrade, which costs like a shitload of money. But once you do, it you can become potentially the heaviest hitting weapon in the game. It strengthens as you get lower in health. So if you get like super critical on health, you can kill bosses in one hit. The smoke bombs, that's a really good item. There are a whole bunch of items that you can equip to sort of your range slot. Smoke bombs is among them. They actually really successfully confuse the AI for a lot of different enemies. Particularly any enemy that has like a sci-fi theme, which will be coming up in the next chapter. Yeah, mostly just movement here, skipping a lot of encounters. More or less going through the intro cutscene of the game. Lunar, that's a really good item, a staff. So that's a sick item that's mostly good once you upgrade it. And then the bow, of course, is really good. By now I'm like half full on health potions. And this is where you actually shop. Where do you see the statue? So I'm just gonna buy Inferno. It's my first magic. So I'm gonna equip the bow and the Inferno. And I'll go ahead and put that in here. This increases my maximum health. I picked that up in the last level. And again, this Talisman of Rebirth, I want to draw attention to that. It's a one-time only thing that you get in Chapter 1, and it brings you back from the dead if you die in like combat. And generally the plan is you will actually plan to use that in the run at some point. It's just you don't want to use that in Chapter 2, you know. Probably don't want to use it in Chapter 8. Use that shit in, you know, Chapter fucking 14. So there's 16 chapters. Yeah, you probably want to use it on Chapter 15 if you want to use it. But yeah, these guys, there's a fast strat of using the magic here. If you use Inferno just right, you can use the splash damage of the AoE to knock them both off the horse like that. You can even finish them off with that for some extra money. Alright, this is a big potion.
Do you save the money mostly for buying potions?
So first priority is upgrading the two main weapons, which is the sword and that staff that I picked up. But yeah, other than that, it's potions. There's almost nothing else to spend money on, other than some like ammo for shit like special shurikens later that you get that like explode. You get like exploding arrows. Speaking of, this is a boss that you fight with arrows. You can opt for first-person shooting or third-person shooting. That would have been good if I got that. Third-person shooting is actually surprisingly good. I'm gonna have to get some melee hits in because I only have one arrow left.
When you go in third person, does it kind of like give you an auto aim?
Yeah, the auto aim is actually pretty good. Top runners seem to favor first person though, because you know, obviously you're gonna have the most confidence in yourself if you're a top runner over like a computer.
Right.
Alright, this should finish him. Yep, okay, so that's boss 2. Nice. So I had to use a potion, which is not the best. But important thing is, again, I mainly don't want to use that one time bring you back from the dead thing. If you see me use that early by accident, I'm gonna act like it's no big deal, but deep down inside I'm gonna be freaking out. So yeah, chapter 3 is gonna now skip it forward in time in the game's plot. And you're now gonna be on this futuristic airship. One of the common themes you'll see with this game is that the atmosphere changes in ridiculous, radical ways. Like, you'll be fighting demons one chapter, then zombies, and then futuristic space soldiers. So, here's one of the futuristic space soldier ones. Really a beautiful level. This is where you can just see the lighting effects and just the way certain things shine were really good for its time. This game came out in 2004. And really, Ninja Gaiden Black is actually the sequel to an earlier Xbox version that was just called Ninja Gaiden for Xbox. And even that had like graphics pretty much just like this. Really good. But yeah, just this is another one of those forced encounters just to get this key. Easy fight. Probably not easy when you first play through. But again, I'm just mostly abusing the little yellow things for charging up quick little special moves that one-shot these guys, essentially. So, yeah, those guys I had to hit twice, but now that they're yellow shit, they die in one hit. And this guy should give me some money. Nope, I didn't finish him with this special move. Fine, I'll use... Oh, never mind. Alright, so here the game shows you there's these things called golden scarabs in the background, which are used to sort of buy special upgrades from the blacksmith, but in the speedrun route, they're just not worth getting. Oh, solid movement. I should point out I haven't played this game in a year, by the way. It's not planning on running it tonight, and that's why I'm so excited to be running it.
That would be great. It'll be better than my run.
It's more, I get to rely on instincts more than what's scripted.
This is a really fun game.
Oh, so by the way, the blue things that drop are health, and they work like as if you absorbed 2 yellow things. So yeah, here you can see I'm going to leave 2 yellow up. They're going to despawn soon, but not too soon. So this last guy is going to come up with some extra high defense, but wait. Double yellow, instant absorb for some extra money.
Destroy him. So if you absorb double yellow and then your next one is even bigger than...
Yeah. It's also modified by the enemy you kill. So there's like extra high defense black ones that I killed at the end there. They drop extra money. I'm gonna save here because of that jump right there. I was scared to do that, Rusty. Also a jump coming up this section. If you haven't seen it before, there's like a scary rope you have to climb across the chasm. So this fight's the easiest. Again, a forced encounter to keep pulling this lever for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like the gate's not all the way down, but that's the minimum required to actually get through. That guy was like still coming at me with an arrow in his head. But yeah, this part's really scary when you aren't used to the controls yet. It feels like you could just let go at anything. Still kind of get that feeling sometimes. Alright, I need to do some equips here. Really just one equip. Alright, so we're gonna slash the power of this Zeppelin. To just take the power out, because that's a real good idea when you're flying in the air. Just destroy the power for the thing that's keeping you in the air. Why not? When you're a ninja, that's how confident you are. Alright, so power's out, but the ship's still kind of going. The reason you had to take the power out is to, oh my god, open a certain door that was locked otherwise. This door back here. So this is sort of the deepest you're able to access in the airship so far. Sort of up to the attic of it. I'm sure there's a technical name for that. Almost full on the big potions, which restore full health. You can carry up to 5 in normal mode. On higher difficulties, you can only carry 2. So yeah, that's it for the airship. Pull this lever, and then the boss is up top. And we're not even going to talk about the boss. He's totally out of shape and no match for a ninja. He tried to use this special force field move. Oh yeah, I said I wasn't going to talk to him. He's not worthy of explaining anything other than the fact that I'm using smoke bombs, and he's too stupid to understand smoke bombs. So now there's supposed to be a really groovy cutscene that you watch now where killing that boss causes an explosion that blows up the whole damn airship. Which is good, because I guess it's a bad guy airship. And then the ninja, he's just like, oh, exploding airship down. I guess I'll just jump off of it and land on power lines and be fine. So chapter 4 is just about the only chapter without a boss. It's kind of anticlimactic. It's just meant to introduce you to this city called Tyron, which is the central hub for the rest of the game. Sort of a city that's under military occupation, where there's like a sort of a good side and then like the military side. This is sort of that one of the borders. Forced encounter there, just 3 dudes to open this door. This roll jumping animation I'm constantly doing, it's important to point out that you have iframes during the roll, and that is quintessential to combat mechanics. It's one of the most important things if you ever play this game. So make sure you get used to timing your rolls. So force encounter there. Going up here is not required per se, but it's really easy access to max magic right here, so that gives you more ninpo, they call it in this game. So I want to make sure I use that right away before I forget. I'm going to want to also probably shurikens equipped. I believe fire wheels will be coming next. That's not true. I need to make sure I use this before I forget, because after every level you're going to get a refill on your magic, so you want to make sure you get 2 full magics for the next level. So, believe it or not, almost done with this chapter.
Oh yeah.
It's a very boring chapter. You just kind of, I don't know, if you don't know where to go, you could easily spend 20 minutes in here, but like, there's just like 2 gates you need to get to, essentially. Whoa. Yeah, it's really neat in this game how your movement mechanics tie so seamlessly into the fighting mechanics. The same thing I'm using to try to, like, as a speedrunner, like, have good movement, as I'm sure all speedrunners are aware of being super important with speedruns. That same thing, that same ability to do that is what keeps you alive in combat, making it like a really cool speed game. So that's the first upgrade I paid for, sword upgrade. Unlocks a couple new moves, but most importantly, it just does a little bit more damage. And that guy, shop owner, he gives you a ticket, which essentially just unlocks this cutscene, which ends chapter 4. Now, chapter 5 is a more difficult version of the same, sort of. We're gonna venture deeper into sort of the dark side of the town, more. It's like sort of where the demons dwell, as you'll soon see. Oh, yeah, that's a good name for the chapter after all. Alright, so that key right there unlocks the evil side of the city, which I think is called Dorku. Yep, so this passageway leads to the other side. Oh wow. Well, it sort of leads to the other side. There's another silly little key fetch quest here that I have to do. These ninjas right here are basically the hardest enemies you've encountered so far. If I stood around and fought them, I might bring shame to me and my family. Unfortunately, I don't have to fight them.
That's what this game is all about.
Don't worry, there'll be some fighting, just not those guys. Alright, so yeah, that key. And so yeah, because I'm terrified, just absolutely terrified of these guys, see? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep them close, but not engage, because I want them to be here on camera. So they do that, and then they despawn. If they weren't on camera or close by, that despawn won't work. So make sure if you try that, you like don't get too far away from them. So yeah, this bridge, this leads to the evil side of the city. Oh, where are we going? Ninjas. I will decline to fight. Thank you very much.
Move.
And do you want to go slow or do you want to go fast? Alright, there's a force encounter though. Not with ninjas. Just guys with like machine guns and grenade launchers. Much, much less scary than ninjas. I mean, we can all agree on that, I'm sure. Yeah, if you play this game casually and you stick around and like try to fight those ninjas, that'll be the first thing in the run that'll like definitely just floor you like completely over and over again for a while. But it's an important learning experience. It teaches you what combos like keep you alive. Alright, so yeah, here's sort of like a mini boss followed by a big boss. First time you encounter these guys, they're going to be sort of regular enemies later, but when you first encounter them, they basically function like bosses because your weapons aren't upgraded that much. Oh man, I thought that hit would kill me. I was overconfident. Wow, I'm extremely overconfident in myself. Alright, so I had to use a big potion there. I have 2 big potions, note to self. So this is the actual boss level. He's actually kind of harder. I mean, easier. The other thing, you know how it is, opposed to harder. Just chop his arms off and then his core becomes vulnerable. And that combo I was doing, it's the best thing to use, I think, on this version of the fight. There are ways to do more damage, but they require some equip, which I think all
start of that fight reminds me of
Huh?
The start of that fight reminds me of Baronade, because you're like attacking the arms. And then you attack the body after.
It's like the same general shape of Baron.
It's like, oh no.
Yeah, the game's tone changes again dramatically. Going from demons to zombies, and this is the first of 3. First of 4 what I call sort of epic chapters. There's certain chapters which are basically twice as long as your normal chapter, and this is one of them. So hold on to your bootstraps, is when the game gets exciting.
Oh yeah, that's like fucking Castlevania, where you have like the first 2 stages that are normal length, and then the next one's like 3 times as long.
Oh, true.
You're like, oh fuck.
The one with the cave at the beginning, right?
Pretty much like all the old school Castlevania games are kind of like that. Like the first 2 levels are shorter and more to the point, and then the 3rd level is like just dragged out.
A lot of force encounters in this monastery. Got some new enemies here. There's gonna be some flying guys. My priority is to get them down ASAP. With a very particular move, I'm gonna jump at them and press X to get them on the ground, and then press Y to finish them real quick. Same with this guy. His little goon saved him, so I need to work on them too. Alright, so both the flying guys are done in this room. You can do counterattacks in this game, which is right when an enemy is about to attack you, you have your guard up and press X or Y. So I'm gonna do that. Press Y with my guard up. It's really good against these guys because their programming is not designed to handle it. Alright, 2 big potions. I should be almost full on small potions. These are small potions with where my health bar is right now. It should do about half of my health. The stone tablet here is one of 3 of those. It unlocks sort of chapter 14. Got a new projectile weapon, exploding shurikens. Very practical. Don't leave home without them. Alright, so this is now again sort of like the same encounter as before, but longer. And in a room that's kind of more awkward for it. Sucks. I didn't knock him all the way to the ground there. I have to heal. Okay, so I got to see, which is kind of nice, I guess. I have 5 small potions. I'm actually only half full on this. Alright, so yeah, you can see like the way you fight like changes depending on the encounter. Like here, I'm not trying to like so much charge up my special move like I was in the earlier fights of the game, because it's not really going to help with such a variety of attacks coming at me at once. Like your offense has to change to match the defensive context of the situation. Oh my god. That's kind of a scary fight. I was never very good at that encounter. I could kill this guy a lot faster, but I just wanted to do that. Alright, I gotta make this jump, so good. These things refill your magic, and I'm trying to stockpile those for the final chapter of the game. Well, second to last. Second to last is basically the last chapter, chapter 15. It's the longest chapter. Again, for context, we're in chapter 6 right now. Okay, this is the Indiana Jones sequence. Except ninjas handle the situation much better than Indiana Jones did. It's just slow spikes. That's fine. I'll just keep jumping. It'll be fine. So yeah, as long as you time your jumps well, these spikes can't hurt you. So yeah, the only reason I took damage there is my timing was bad. This is where if I weren't rusty, I would not save and I would go for a crazy jump. But instead I'm going to save and then go for a crazy jump. There we go. Whee! Alright, so it doesn't look like it, but that big skeleton has a hitbox that kind of tries to force you out of bounds into the pit that kills you. It's not really that dangerous, but no practice. Alright, I believe this is 7 small potions now. Alright, this elevator. I have to wait for it to go down, but there's really no incentive to kill these guys. They don't drop very much money. You definitely don't want to take damage from them, though. Alright, so that's like a special nunchuck kind of weapon. I'm not really liking where my health is at. I think it's worth sacrificing push. I'm at 5 right now. Alright, so my goal here is to kill 2 of them real quick with shurikens, and then I can use the orbs to start a combo going. Except the combo is supposed to kill more than one of them. It usually does. There we go. Alright, so casually, this is one of the longest fights in the game. These zombies show up and they have a lot of HP unless you know how to deal DPS to them. Like sort of a special move I just did right there with the nunchucks. You get this flying kick, and for whatever reason, kick damage does extra damage to the zombies. So it's like super good. There's gonna be 15 of these guys that I have to kill, so you can watch the kill count. I'm just trying to manage the yellow words so that there's always 2 left on screen after you kill. Preferably, I want to get like 3 on the screen and then be able to absorb one and keeping it for money. You have the choice essentially when they drop if you want to use it primarily for gathering money or for killing enemies. I should have gotten that one. Alright, that's it. So yeah, that fight alone is one of the reasons why Chapter 6 is such a long level. When you first play that game, that fight will take way longer. And then now you have to sort of go backwards through the whole level. It's just like a semi-force encounter. One of these guys is like the key holder to make this switch available to hit again. There you go. I'm just going to concentrate here. It's pretty self-explanatory why someone might need to concentrate in this room. Alright, good. Yeah, that part, also Casual's Nightmare. I think it took me like 30 minutes to get through there the first playthrough. Essentially what I focus on is, first of all, camera manipulation, because if they're off camera, they're unlikely to shoot you with the bow. So you want to have just the one that's right in front of you on camera, sort of bait him into shooting at you. And as soon as he shoots at you, you can stun him for a pretty long time actually with just a simple quick attack with the thing. Anyway, here's the boss of Chapter 6. He's got 4 limbs as one does. So he's a nice spider. A little worm. You get the point. That's one limb down. Two limbs. I wish you could take the tail out. The tail is just tail is sort of his primary means of attack, IMO, because it's the thing that's hardest to dodge. But yeah, now that his two legs are down, he can't even use his tail. Alright, so that's chapter 6. About a third of the way through one now. So chapter 7 is sort of a continuation of chapter 6. Tie right back into chapter 5. So I gotta get deeper into the catacombs here and somehow end up right back where we started at the monastery and then fight a boss. Alright, won't be using the nunchucks, I think, for the rest of the run potentially. Alright, so if I've been playing properly, I should be able to afford the sword level 3 upgrade here. Yes, I can, easily. And I also want to upgrade this staff, and that should do it. So now that the sword is level 3, it's extremely OP. There's very few situations on normal difficulty where I would want to use any other weapon, because remember how I was saying, like, these zombies have a lot of health? She's dead. Yo, thank you for the huge donation. So here's a glitch. I'm going to use the shuriken mechanics of homing in to slightly change my momentum towards the zombie. Mid-air to jump up here. 9 times out of 10 I would be up there right now. I'm just getting really lucky. There we go. Alright, so yeah. So yeah, we got now a very similar room with a red thing instead. Alright, I believe my count of those should be at... not sure. It's either 3 or 4. This room's kind of hard. So instead of using that glitch, well, I can use it. It's more optimal to actually just go across the ratio because it's very linear. Problem is... yeah, that's the problem. Alright, I'll try to do the glitched jump one time. Wow, okay, that's really good. I'm surprised I got that. It's much harder to do in this room because the ledge is actually higher. Alright, so gates unlocked for a mini boss. Your eyes gonna pop out of your head when you see the novelty of this upcoming mini boss. It's actually kicking my ass. Tides have turned. Appreciate it. Turns out somebody already donated the entire wealth of the nation of Mars. So we don't need money anymore. I want to get in the pause menu before the blue thing hit me. It was a little slow. So I got these 2 health upgrades. I want to ideally use those before any health touches me. Alright, I think I'm gonna switch to bow now. I think that was my most up-to-date strat. I'm gonna reduce menuing as you would any speed game. So that there is a magic upgrade, but I don't even want to use it yet. First of all, the menu's slow, and second of all, there's a slightly better use for that upgrade a little bit later when you get a 3rd spell. Move. Alright, my movement looked a little funky there, but I was trying to be extra careful. There's like trap mechanics to this room that you don't see if you do it right. Alright, we got a little flood, which of course, what else leads you back to the monastery? So this is the first time you're actually forced to fight those ninjas I mentioned earlier, way back in chapter 5. Let's see how I do against them. See, like they're dodgy. Like my main moves that I just expect to hit most enemies, they don't work on these guys. All in all, though, no match for True Ninja. Alright, coming up is a famous boss, Alma. She is arguably the hardest boss in the game. But she has 2 versions and 2 different chapters. This is the first take on her. Alright, so if you time it right, you can keep her in a loop where you just keep hitting her with Inferno. Unlock her. Alright, so what I can do here is to keep the loop going. I can quickly put in one of these. Hopefully it hits. Yeah, I was a little worried about that. I was a little late. It's hard to chain the pattern when you put in the equip, but now she should be dead. So yeah, that's one of the hardest bosses in the game. Alright, back to military theme. Chapter 8 is fighting your way backwards through all the towns that you visited in chapters 4 and 5, but with military soldiers. And you're going to break your way into a base that we passed the gate to in chapter 4. And Chapter 9 will be infiltrating that military base. That is the gate for it right there in the background. Storm the gate! Sorry. Oh yeah, forced encounter with military soldiers. They seem to not be very good at fighting. They lack the crucial combat training in summoning giant fireballs. Okay, they have some training, I'll give them that. Hit me with a bullet, which you can see what it did to my health bar. We're gonna stop commentating for just about 2 minutes here. Give my voice a break. Oh no, a helicopter. How else would you deal with a helicopter? I mean, come on, duh. Shoot it with arrows. You don't fuck with a ninja, dude. It doesn't matter what you have. I have to wait here for a guy to spawn. It's the only way to continue. So here we get an upgrade to the bow. Does more damage. More importantly, it unlocks continuing the plot. Otherwise, I wouldn't touch it. Actually, now that I think about it, I take that back. It's pretty important for the second form of, like, pretty much the final boss. A little important. Because, yeah, otherwise, you need... Yeah, it'd be really hard to DPS the boss. Alright, chapter 9. This is when the military theme gets out of control. So, I'm just a lowly poor ninja versus an entire army base. Not even gonna be sneaky. Just gonna go through the front gate. Oh, dudes with guns, I guess you're too slow. Oh, dude with a machine gun turret, I guess your aim's not very good. Oh, bullet or arrow to the head. guess that sucks. So yeah, you have to kill the 2 turret guys only to spawn this key. Oops. Alright, and now we get explosive arrows. And then we open this door and all the soldiers forget you exist. And now we have this very low-key fucking warehouse scene out of nowhere. There's a really major skip here. Sort of glitchy mechanics. It's not glitchy, it's very exploiting. And yeah, that's usually considered very hard. Somehow I got it first try. But that skips having to basically do a big loop where you have to go to one side of this warehouse, hit a switch, go to the other side of that warehouse, and hit another switch. And then that opens up another place you have to run to get to that door. Instead we just go to the door. Alright, so explosive arrows are going to be good here. Because the ninjas... It's back to wanting the soldiers to pay attention to him. So he's going to take on, I think, 11 of them? Yeah, 11 soldiers. What do we got? 1... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whoa, 10, 11, that's it. Alright, so they the enemies didn't hit me, so they decided, alright, fuck it, take out this ninja with tanks. Bring out the tanks, bitches. That's what they say. And the ninja's just like, I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm gonna pick up these new type of arrows that are cleverly hidden where the tanks spawn. There's a series of letters and then the word cores, that's the name of the arrows. Taking a lot more damage than you're supposed to. Dude, well, actually, it's kind of good to get a quick refill in here before the second tank spawns. Alright, I really need to not take so much damage on this second tank. It's only 2 of them. Okay. You can kind of use this box to protect yourself. Oh my god, the timing doesn't suck. So I have 3 big potions. That's a pretty good count for right here because there's, oh man, there's a bunch of refills. 3 ones. Alright. Little sketchy. It doesn't. Oh, try Ninja Gaiden Black. Oh, you tried that first, never mind. I see, yeah, there's a free potion. Unfortunately, I need to use another small potion. Yeah, if I were actually in good shape right now, I would have a lot more potions. But yeah, the whole military thing's not quite done. We have the old helicopter is going to come back out from the woodworks. It has something to say. I have something to say too. can't attack here, but you can actually run over there and still grab more arrows. Just a lot of people don't know about. Alright, so there's sort of one final challenge to this level, which is there's like this radio tower coming up with 9 targets on it that you have to blow up while taking crossfire. That's right here. You can see the 9 targets on that. I just gotta hope the guys coming at me from the side don't use any like explosives. As long as they don't do that, I can just ignore their machine gun fire. See, that's switched on. I was so close to finishing it. Alright, so at this point I'm essentially done with the level. There's one thing that can fuck me, but it's very unlikely. I shouldn't need to heal, so I'm not going to. And yeah, at this point I shouldn't have to go into my menu until the end of chapter 10. If I have to go into the menu for any reason until then, that means I'm dead. Safe for me, whoops. Certainly doesn't look safe. So, yeah. This is the game's forced sequence of events. And we're also at approximately the halfway point now. So, ahead of estimate. Although, in a way, I consider myself behind because my healing item usage is higher than it's supposed to be. Which is a bad sign for potential time loss later. AKA... If you ever have to die and reload save in this game as a speedrunner, it's like the end of the world. It's not gonna happen though. Alright, that's chapter 9. So yeah, we get kind of a break here. It's a perfect halfway point. Coming up, there's going to be a little cutscene that requires a 40-second stationary wait. You don't have to be stationary, but I mean, you get to a room, you have to wait around in this room for 40 seconds before a cutscene will trigger. And it's bullshit. So as soon as I enter this room, that 40-second timer starts. Cheers, folks. Oh, sun's coming up. I see a little purple in the sky. I haven't seen a sunrise in a good minute. Facing the wrong way though. Alright, so that's a 40-second. So chapter 10 is my favorite chapter. It's the second of the epic chapters, like the double length ones. And the art is really good. Outstanding art throughout. Like, look at the sides. There's like little tiny baby streams of water. It's like so delicately handled. Like even the decrepit looking walls, the person who painted those textures, they fucking crushed it. Like they did those textures just right. Look at this room, it's amazing. Even got the little rat, dude. So much attention to detail. And that is why this is like a 10 out of 10 game. I would give this game a 10 out of 10. This way. Alright, so this level has a lot of little mini bosses. Got some worms here. That little spinning move is called Gleaming Blade. You unlock it by getting the level 3 sword. And it's, in most situations, the best way to damage anything. Well, I should refine that to say it's the best way to damage anything in the context of a run like this. With the kind of goals that I currently have. I almost skipped the main reason you come up here. My god. Thank god I noticed that before I jumped down. The whole point of going up there is to get that thing. Oh shit. Yeah, this level's like sort of like a Zelda dungeon. It's got a lot of like labyrinth, like unlocking of deeper passages with key items. There's a great chest right here. It contains another MP item upgrade. Oh. Haven't knocked the rust off enough to take these corners the way I like to. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's decent. I'm paying attention to it. Holy shit, 6:30 a.m. I gotta finish this run in the next 50 minutes. It's almost impossible. Actually, I have 52 minutes. Thank you very much. Okay, right? I think I can do that. It would have to be a pretty good run, but definitely doable. Alright, so now we got 2 worms. It's long. Usually though, like once one of them commits to a certain attack, the other won't hang back. Like right now, you can pretty much guarantee the left one's not gonna do shit. Anyway, it seems that with all my talking, this right one's just dropped out. So that's good news. It was a great fight. This is actually, wow, outstanding. This outstanding work fight. Yeah, I knew that happened. There's too much, whoa! There's too much delay remaining after my last hit from the first guy. Yeah, that's cool. So I used the yellow thing from the first guy I killed to charge up that gleaming blade attack to do super extra massive turbo damage and drop a whole bunch of money. So we don't want this. Oops, never mind. I'm full on those. Let's see. There's a new strat here that is really cool if I can remember how to do it. It's a specific angle you need to hold on the stick. I gave it a few tries. Oh, that was almost it. Oh, that was really close. Alright, I give up. Basically shimmy up the corner, jumping back and forth between like the very edges of the corner. God damn. I'm just trying to open the chest. Maybe not a 10 out of 10 game, Kevin. It's up there. It's definitely in my top 5, 6, or 7 games. God damn it. So yeah, the blue tablet is sort of the last key item. You need to unlock the final room of this level. So yeah, even though it's a long level, funny how it like the time goes by and then it's like over all of a sudden. Isn't that weird? And we're just gonna open this chest and ignore those guys, no big deal. That's how a true badass deals with walls and caves. And this is how true badasses deal with getting up square tunnels. I get to visit the shop. I'm trying to think of what I need to do here. Definitely need to upgrade the staff to level 3 for the upcoming bosses. So staff is sort of your heavy weapon. I mean, it's not really, it's way more complicated than that, but I don't feel like explaining it anymore. This is gonna essentially, for the context of this speedrun, function like a heavy to do a lot of damage to bosses. But it has to be level 3 in order to do that. There's a specific move which I'll highlight when I get to the boss. Oops. So yeah, this is the newly unlocked passage. Peristeel passage. Beautiful room. If you take time to look at the marble, you'll end up taking damage for no reason. So don't look at the marble. Alright, my health here doesn't matter, assuming I don't die, because I have a menuing strat. I'm full on big potions, but there's a big potion chest coming up, and there's a large menu that needs to happen, so long story short, I can do that big menu, fill up my health, and then get the chest right away to be again full potions. And this is where we will be fighting the boss to this level in just a moment. Essentially, I don't know how you would describe this guy. Right, I mean, you gotta do menu first. Alright, let's see. I just upgraded one of my spells. Alright, I think that's it. Yeah, that's the big menu. Yeah, there's a lot to do there. Ooh, I only have one shuriken. That's not good. Yeah, I was supposed to buy more. Either that or pick some up. Oh, I know where I was supposed to get them. Yeah, I fucked up. as a memory for not a huge deal, unless it is. If it is, you'll hear me cursing, and then you'll know. Basically, they would just help me control this boss a little bit better. I can still do the best though. It's gonna take longer though, for sure, to fight him. I'm gonna have to be a lot more careful. I'm gonna actually swap to... What you gonna do? Oh, shit. It's within range, are you serious? Come on, quit running around. Come on, really? He's fucking with me. Alright, here we go. Alright, so that's a stun, and once you do that, you can get some AoE damage as you go for his normal spawn, like crazy. So yeah, the way this boss works is you do like no damage and suddenly you do a fuck ton of damage, and then oh my god, you can use that spell for iframes, which can fucking save your life in a pinch. Holy shit, that was so close. Wow, that was, man, this is an exciting game. Please do yourself a favor and try this game if you've never played it before. Oh, that's exhilarating. Alright, so after that excitement, we have kind of some downtime. It's the water level. We're able to cut a good portion of it out, though, by skipping the need for a... Oh, nice. Full potion still. Right. I just used small potions on that boss. 2, I believe. But yeah, and, you're supposed to get this oxygen cylinder to let you breathe underwater. But you can skip that by sacrificing all your big potions to just like tank the drowning damage. Essentially, when your oxygen bar runs out, you just start taking damage like a big dot. So that eye is just supposedly to let you see in the dark. Just simply open this. Kind of pointless. I'm gonna do something I don't want to do. Just want to be a little extra careful, because, like I said, I haven't played this game in probably a year. And I did not like practice for this run or anything. I'm just hoping, and so far happy with the result of just going on old instinct. Very instinctual game, because like a lot of it can't be scripted. It's reaction to what the enemies are doing. So this is the first tunnel you're not supposed to go into until you have the oxygen tank. Which is a pain in the ass to get to and takes like a minute and a half. That oxygen bar on the left is going to run out. And now the HP bar at the top will start to run out. That's not a problem. As long as my movement under the water isn't really bad. Which I'm sure would never happen to me. Yeah. Get surfaced ASAP. Cool. So yeah, basically use a big potion there, and just suck it up. But that's the small dive. That's like the if you speedrun this game, you're probably not gonna want to skip the oxygen tank at all at first. But like your first strat that you would then venture to is what I just did there. You do that, but probably not do the big dive I'm about to do. And then finally you do that, because what it leaves you with is like no potions at all if you do the big dive. I'm putting the same coin in over and over again, jeez. Alright, so this opens up a paradigm of all dikes. Insert joke about whatever female celebrity you want. But yeah, you'll see what I mean here. You get a nice nice close-up of the dike. Oh, you know what? I don't fight the next boss with the sword. Fight him with the flails. Ooh. A screen transition actually buys you some airtime. So I'm gonna surface here, and then this is the big dive I was talking about. You gotta be careful with your movement here, because if your joystick movement is jerky at all, or like too far or too sudden, yeah, you'll your character will just go crazy. You'll start floundering around, and that's horrible when like every second you're under here counts for like potions. So it's like you gotta be gentle with the stick. But yeah, starting around now, I'm gonna start losing health, and there's quite a bit of swimming to go. Another safety strategy is you can go in the elevator that I just passed to my left there to make it so you only use like 2 or 3 big potions for the big dive. No, but that loses like 30 seconds. But yeah, pretty much all of your fucking potions just gone. So I wouldn't do this if I were in shape, but I'm gonna see real quick. Alright, so this is Doku. He's sort of described as your arch nemesis when you first meet him. Although, really more like Alma. Like Alma though, he's the boss of 2 levels actually. This particular combo I'm using with the flails seems to rhythmically work really well with his attack patterns. Like, you'll tend to just like naturally dodge this next attack once you start this flail combo. Like watch, I'll probably never mind. You'll see this. Watch, I'll probably see I dodged a move there because I was flailing. And there, dodged a move because I was flailing. Dodged a move because I was flailing. It's really sick. That's not good. Oops. Wow, I'm really surprised that he didn't get hit there. That's his strongest attack too. This fight should be over like 30 seconds. Yeah. But so far the potion usage is really small, so that's fine. But yeah, right now I have one big potion, and now that that boss is down, the game expected you to use a shitload of big potions to him. So it gives you a ton of big potions for free in the next chapter, which is our next epic chapter, chapter 12. Really cool level that's got both fire and ice in one big ass cave. We're gonna do an unintended. Whoa, I was lagging a little bit. I'm drawing a blank. I think that's it, yeah. We're gonna want. Okay. So you're supposed to do a series of switch presses to get to get to the top of this area. You can skip the whole puzzle by doing this like mid-air special thing that I fucked up. There we go. I'm gonna do another one of those sort of things. It's way easier to this block here. And just jump towards the camera. Boom. That's good. It's a whole lot more of watching Ryu use those amazing tricep muscles, push that lever down with utmost sincerity. Alright, I think so. Yeah, I already got one free potion refill. And there's going to be another one in this chest right here. That trick, I wonder if you guys can hear that. That's my L button in the Xbox controller. Squeaky. Okay, so now I have 4 out of 5 big potions again already. Game's super generous on normal difficulty. Although when you first play it, like you won't think so. You'll think the game is very not generous. That is, I guarantee you. So yeah, it's full potions, should be. I believe I want the sword again. And I can't remember which. I don't know if that's right, but shit. Cool wall strat here that I forgot to do. Next run's supposed to start in 32 minutes. Fun behind estimate. It's because this was a filler block and we didn't really plan it out ahead.
Don't worry about it. Next guy is probably not going to show up, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna put NHL on, most likely.
Wait, what? How long is their run?
3 hours. They have
Holy.
to run through. And they're not even in the Discord. They're not even in the Discord.
Did they tell you they're not coming, or you just suppose?
Well, I don't know how to contact them, and they probably don't even know they have a run because they're not even in the Discord.
Oh my god.
RPG just never put them in the Discord. I don't know if he ever told them they were doing a run or whatever, but I don't really know how to contact them.
Alright.
I'm just gonna put on NHL 97. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I'm crazy, so the idea of doing another run after this is enticing. I should go to bed, but the sun's coming out.
You have more runs. You have more runs like later, so you know you should probably go to bed.
Well, I'll be fine for this. Those games
Yeah,
are
I mean-
like even more imprinted than this game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after this, you should definitely go to bed.
I
Don't
just
even worry
don't
about it.
trust my mind
It's-
and body to do it.
Well, it's not our fault at all that you know this is happening to him.
RPG, new
So,
day
yeah.
sleep.
With RPG, yeah, he needed to go to bed, and if he wakes up, he can do a run, and if he doesn't, I'll put a new show on.
Oops. One of the most
I think he
noteworthy
would've
strats
got
of this whole
250.
level is right here. I'm gonna focus a little bit. So we're gonna jump in the lava and use this wall to skip a section. There we go. Alright, yeah, go ahead.
I think he would have been fine, but he ended up having to finish FF8. Or I don't even know if he finished it or not, but
Oh, he put that on himself.
yeah, but I mean, if he would have been fine if that didn't happen. So I think he would have been here. But whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You're doing really good for not playing this for a year.
Yeah, I'm happy with this run so far. It's definitely the hardest at the end. But we're pretty much there. This is borderline what I would consider endgame.
Oh, yeah.
It's getting there. Real close. Pretty much at the end of chapter 12 it begins the endgame sequence. More or less. You fight the second form of like your two nemesis bosses. Chapter 13 for Alma version 2. And then chapter 14 you get Doku 2. Get to see this guy again later too. That's a really good one. No, wait, yes. Oh. I believe I said I was full big potions. I'm gonna skip the one in that chest right there. I feel like I'm not supposed to have... Yeah, there's a reason I'm not supposed to have that bow equipped yet. Yeah, I glossed over, I actually did another sort of unintended skip here that you have to do twice, so I can point it out the second time here. So right after this jump, you're supposed to like shimmy across this sledge like by grabbing the wall, but you do a special jump there and then that happens. And then you can just do this. Something like that. Close enough. Alright, so it's another moment where there's a big chest right here with a big potion. You can just use it and it instantly refill. That's not good. Okay. I might not be able to fit this. Okay, well that's fine. I'll be wanting that in the final chapter. So there's a special kind of worm. Yeah, that move right there is actually a different move than the other worms we're using. It's really hard to dodge. I hope he just doesn't use that move, which he usually doesn't. Really satisfying way to finish them off. There's a move that a lot of like beginners will use like all the time. I just use there called Flying Swallow. It like homes in on the enemy and like, slashes them. It's really good for like very quickly attacking an enemy and like getting in their face and like zooming real fast. But like for doing damage, it's not that great. And on most difficulties, the enemies are too smart to get hit by it. Alright, so scary boss. I'm not gonna say do for it because I'm crazy. Also, it would require opening a whole door. You guys don't want to watch me open a door.
How do you know?
Because I am telepathic. Alright, so this boss is one of the sketchiest things in the world. I really visualize what's about to happen when I do it. I think I've got it. Okay, we're good. Oh no, I'm in the lava. What do I do about the lava, guys?
Where you want to be?
It hurts. Yeah, it's a speed strat. But it's also, even as a speedrunner, not the most chill thing.
Right.
You see what I did there? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll forgive you.
Another free health upgrade there. You can, if you compare the health bar to what it was at the beginning of the game, it's actually almost twice as long. And that's just not going out of the way for health, so it's an interesting game how it powers you up as you go. This next chapter, chapter 13, like I said, introduces sort of the end game, and you get your final sword upgrade for free. And at that point,
yeah.
at that point, I pretty much exclusively use this sword. Come on. And yeah, that'll automatically get equipped. I do want the sword now, but I'm just gonna wait and let it equip. I don't want to hear nothing about your jog and how sore your legs are.
Yeah. Dude just walks on walls for fun.
Yeah. Ow. You see, it just hurts to watch. Yeah, it's really bad, isn't it? It's hard to move through the caves cleanly. All the walls are curved instead of cornered. Your angles on the joystick can't really be 90 degrees, which is by far easier to control, I think. As often as possible, I try to make my camera to like give me straight on or 90-degree turns. Like here, kind of here, like here. But yeah, this level's a lot of backtracking. It's more or less pointless just to hype up this next boss fight, which deserves the hype. It's one of the most common run enders. In fact, I'll go ahead and save here just in case. Yeah, with where the timer is right now, I could definitely be done before this one. sure the next runner doesn't just have an alter ego?
I don't know. I have no clue. And
If the next runner is in stream chat, please say something. With these 3 tablets I've been collecting through the whole game, you go back to Town Square. And that warps you sort of through time and space to... I think it's just space. I don't know. It could be time too. Anyway, it's just somewhere else. Don't ask me what's going on, I just do the speech strats.
Alright.
Why did I save before? I need to save right here. You shouldn't save there. Don't ever save there if you speedrun the game, except honestly, you probably should. Should and you shouldn't. You know, like quantum mechanics, let's do both. Alright, so yeah, coming up is Alma. Definitely the hardest boss. Her second form is harder than the first form in most difficulties, although the hardest difficulty, I think her first form's harder because she has like doing other stats. But yeah, this form's defense is really good. It's hard to get her stunned to do any damage at all. I need to heal already. But once you stun her, it should be huge damage. And you can do that sometimes. Get a chain going. So I believe I get 2 free big potions after this fight relatively soon. So I can't really afford to use any more without having to pay money for potions, which I definitely don't want to have to do. Because I want my money for 2 things. I need to refill small potions in the next chapter, and I want to try to buy a second Talisman Rebirth. You can do that with 15k. Man, this bitch is playing tough, but so am I. I've been doing pretty good for having a casual conversation throughout the fight. Conversation with myself, I guess. So yeah, that's Alma too. And then this chapter has some bullshit at the end. You guys wanted to see bullshit, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. So, another thing just to note for anyone interested in running this game, there's 2 ways to handle this area. Do it in such a way that it gets you a lot of money, so it gets you a lot of healing resources, or you could do it really quickly and use a Nimpo with the Nimpo potions. Normal run, I would probably not do this version, which is the safe version. But Definitely noticing more potion usage around this run. I'd like to see something. Make sure that I can finish this safely. Again, using the mechanic of charging up your weapon using the ship that drops to make more ship that drops. I'm trying to like just straight up absorb as much of it as I can. I'm still always keeping 2 of them up for the next attack. So like here I should get more than 2, hopefully. That's what I want to see. That's great. Alright, fuck it. Oh man, super sneaky. That's okay, so now chapter 13 is really hard. Oh, never forget this. Almost everybody's had a run where they just forget to pick that up. Have to go get it later. $15K essence. That means I have a choice. I can either get full stock of small potions, or another talisman of rebirth, which means I can die twice and get brought back. Which sounds really tempting because that's just amazing. Let's see. How many? I have 6 small potions. I think the talisman option really might be better here. And again, the small potions are what I always go to first when I'm like fighting bosses. I might want those. Yeah, right after this little battle, there's the final opportunity to shop in the run without going way out of the way. I don't wanna take full damage of that. Guys. That's all. Yeah. Yeah, we're a random number of enemies. There's a chest. Yeah, so this chapter 14 is where you just random portals to the demon world coming in. And then chapter 15 is just full on demon world the whole time. Alright, so I can afford one of those. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not getting another Talisman of Rebirth because this is top priority. This is actually really important. Which is great, and now I can have full small potions. I still have the Talisman of Rebirth in the beginning of the game, which is really good. So now the game introduces the flying ghost fish, which are really annoying. If one of them grabs you, then like all of them grab you. Oh yeah, I was playing this game in a dream like a couple of days ago. I forgot about that. Does that ever happen to you guys? Like you remember a dream you had recently? That happened to me twice today.
Nah, I don't really have dreams much. And they're almost never relevant to anything.
This is not good. Yeah, Dream Me was trying to remember how to handle these fish properly, and it seems to be helping. God damn it, didn't teach me how to handle doors. Want to get like an actual jump off the wall if you can, but always make sure you end whatever you're doing with the, like a little spinny slash, else the fish will grab you. Here you want to take to the right angles. Get this chest real quick. That's the final key of the level. Chapter 14 is actually pretty short. If you know how to handle the fish, it's super fast. Otherwise, like, you gotta sit there and like fight each fish every time you see them. That's what most people do. I feel as safe as can be, so on to the boss. I'm gonna save. This boss has a cool technique to beat him. You can lure him into doing a certain move that you can always riposte that move for a lot of damage. Basically, you get far away from him, you wait for him to charge, and then it seems to hurt to you want to do it again. I can do this dance all day, dude. What you got? Oh, he's doing the move. Wow, so unpredictable. So that's one of the hardest bosses in the game. Alright, chapter 15, the final epic chapter, hardest chapter. It's one big ass fortress into the underworld with a big boss rush of bosses that are big at the end. It's gonna be big, bigger than big. Be the biggest thing you've ever seen, times infinity. Alright, let's go. I don't need the chest, so onto the castle. Let's see. That sucks.
NHL 94 is what it is, right?
I don't know.
What we? Oh, okay. Yeah. How much time do I have?
10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Dude, get the health that's right there. Come on, really? That's not fair. What the fuck is this shit? Oh, God. So yeah, I guess the plan is after this run we're gonna go on a little hiatus. with some fresh 94 computer AI gameplay. Oh, I could totally do a DKC trilogy.
It would be good.
It would take like 2.5 hours just so That's what I said about this run though, it's a slippery slope. Dang it, I didn't want it to auto-target that one. Sometimes you don't always influence what gets targeted. It's not a perfect system, but still a great combat system. His fallen comrade's body got my way. Really, that hit me? Alright, so yeah, this place is divided into 4 floors before the boss rush. This is floor 1. Each floor you offer a statue that you've been collecting throughout the game. And you hope for red orb drops that give you more magic. And I need to remember to get a chest because of the silly pointless damage I took for no reason. All the way up here. I could skip this pretty comfortably. It's riskier. What? It's one way to get access to the chest! I'm trying to get access to the chest. No, that was a hard. I deserve that fucking answer. That was a hard one to get. Alright. Floor 2. Really just wanted to use the fuck out of the boat here. Getting the red orb drops like crazy, which is good. If this were actually a good run, I'd be really excited with this RNG. Now all I care about is if I can do a fight spell. Wow, another red orb, that's crazy. That's fucking out of control. That's some of the best RNG I've ever seen. Yeah, by now I should have had to use like a full magic potion and I'd be out of magic again after that. Alright, this done correctly, this is the easiest floor. Very short, there's just one enemy that's actually hard. You can get them right away with the shit from the fish inside. You can pull it through the door. As you can see, it does a fine bit of damage. Damn it, I'm not doing the move I'm trying to do. So yeah, that's floor 3. Really easy on normal version. Floor 4 is hard if you don't know the cheesy strat. It's just using magic. It's really easy. Save your info for this floor in particular. Decent landfill. So yeah, that's the tower. Pretty much at the boss rush now. They're gonna throw a couple minions at me, but it's more or less 6 bosses back to back, and then the game's over. I can't. Oh, I can fit it. It's that chest I can't fit. I'll grab that after the first 3 bosses. Oh no! I don't know what to do. Nice. Oh. What do I do? Guys are kicking my ass. Help! Alright, boss 1. 1 of 6.
Take out this puny insect once and for all.
Okay, I got everything ready.
Cool.
Good.
I'm really close to the end. Things are going about as smooth as they can. You can 2-cycle this guy, but the setup here pretty much nullifies the time save, and it's super hard on top of that. What the fuck? Tentacle manifest, it's the took 4. Boss 1 of 6. I can afford to use one of those. Like this RPG. It's like the only boss where like this weapon is still better than the This guy is really slow, but if he does hit me, that health bar will like disappear. Today. Pretty much does it in this way. People tried to figure out how to manipulate it. But like the only way to manipulate it, supposedly, is to just do less damage to him. It defeats the purpose. That's boss 2-6. Now comes my favorite. It's the soy boy. Only.
That's it.
That's it, he's mad. I insulted him. So there's a strat you do this guy. It helps a little bit. He's got to do a certain move, but you know. We'll see. It helps. I had demon.
Shit.
Plus 3 of 6. Still have my Talisman Rebirth.
That's a pretty badass staircase.
That's definitely not the safest way to go up it. Cool cutscenes. Just gonna skip. I honestly couldn't tell you the lore behind this character, but some kind of feminine male. And that's boss 4 of 6. Boss 5 of 6 is the one that I'm scared of. This is the second form of the same boss, basically. This is why I had to spend that money on projectiles. Oops, 1 second. That was as much damage as stuff like that. At least it hurt me very much. You're gonna want explosive arrows for this guy. It doesn't look like it's doing very much damage, but this boss, that's actually a lot of damage. It's boss 5 of 6. There's gonna be a little escape sequence before the final boss. This still beats my PB from like 2017.
Master Ninja. Oh yeah.
Almost failed the first jump. So this part sucks. If you fail, you kind of have to just kill yourself. Unless you fail really. Yeah, this one should be over in 2 minutes.
Oh, Kanis, go.
last but not least. Alright, final boss time is like as soon as it dies. I was never very good at this boss, so I just did a really easy cheese strat where you do the spell and it stuns him a lot of the time. Didn't that time, but normally you can then get in it for like here. You responded really fast. Alright, so that's your talisman of rebirth and one-time revive. This is the place to use it. Oh, okay, Chief. Alright. There's your filler.
G, good game. Thank you, Kanis,
Yeah, thank you.
for doing a filler.
Yeah.
I wish I had filler, but I'm pretty dry on content here, so I'm just gonna throw up NHL. I got it all set up and ready, so you
Alright,
just turn the stream off whenever you want, and I'll fire it up.
okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Get ready to refresh to watch this upcoming awesome content.